Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Pure Tarot. I'm attempting quite a feat. I'm trying to answer the question, how will you become famous? So, fame is relative, of course. Fame is also, for me, equates success, basically, or accomplishment. So, whatever that means for you, and to whatever level, or it'll have a different scale for each and every one of you, of course, but it can still be it could still happen. You could still break through, right? You might not be Nelson Mandela, or God knows who. There's so many celebrities that I'm not even thinking right now. It could be music, anything, right? So that's why there's like too many names coming at me. It's useless trying to list, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so we're gonna look at, initially I do want to pull a Moonology card, because I want to see if we can pick up on a moon phase for timing, when maybe fame would hit you, hit you hard. So let's see. I prefer the cards to come out by themselves, but sometimes I do have to pull this one. I do have a fan, and apology for the noise if ever you hear the fan in the back. It's just way too hot. Wow, it's full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. That is amazing. Okay, so, the answers you need are coming. So for me, it's that moment. There's something you need to know clearly by the card. It sounds either it's a missing piece for you in terms of what will enable fame to come, or it's when fame comes, right? So the answers being fame. So let's see. I'm gonna pull out of the Triad Oracle deck. It's a French deck, but you'll see. I will translate. This one came out. It didn't turn, but it there's one that's out. It says return. Retour is return. So it's interesting because I kind of have the Judgment card in mind when I see this one here. Maybe the answer you need is a particular return, right? So either you revisit something, relearn something, redo something, like a Mercury retrograde phase kind of vibe, like having to backtrack, sort of, either to like retrieve the answers you need to move forward. It could be a person returning, it could just be a situation reoccurring, so things of that nature. I'm gonna pull now out of my makeshift deck, another French deck. They're just keywords, again, a little bit like this one. There's no image though. I'm gonna stay quiet. Three cards. really interesting. So pureté is purity. Elephant is elephant. And interval, I think, is the same word in English, right? Things that come in interval. So it could be, it's interesting because we have the return card here. So the return could be those intervals, right? Back and forth, or just like different levels to, you know, like, yeah, like a video game, different levels, right? Not necessarily to mean that one is higher than the other, like, or better, just like as things evolve, right? The natural evolution of things. Now the elephant card word throws me off. It could be like, of course, like the elephant in the room kind of situation, you know, related to the answers you need. Something that was obvious but unsaid, so there's no answer, there's no clarity around it. That could be one thing. Purity for me is making things clear. They're pure, they're crystalline, right? They're crystal clear. That's really interesting to me. We're gonna draw tarot because it's gonna shed some light. We'll get the answers right here. I do want to say something about, because you have the full moon in Gemini, you are, of course, the sign of Gemini. So you have a sun, the sun is in your sign, right? I'm feeling that you might have also a Gemini moon, so you would be born at a new moon, especially if the conjunction is very tight. It would definitely be a new moon. And if it's not tight, then if you still have the moon in the sign, there is this idea that your essence, so your purity, right? Your essence is aligned with your emotions and your needs and your wants. I think that's significant, if that's the case, of course, because not all of you will have necessarily the moon in Gemini. So full moons in Gemini would be extra significant for you in terms of timing for particular events related to becoming successful, becoming famous, if that's really the case. Maybe fame for you comes twice. Like, I don't mean to be, I'll say it, but there's nothing dark, no, not dark, there's nothing negative about what I'm gonna say, but you know, sometimes people reach great heights and then they fall from their heights, you know, the wheel of fortune kind of thing, where you get a reversal in fortune. So, but then you have stories of people like, I don't know which one, but it was a great, someone very, very rich, like one of those Warren Buffett's type men, who went through this, like became very rich, lost it all, and built it all back up again, right? So it's just one thought. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying there's an idea of something reoccurring. Anyway. I think what I really want to leave you with what I just said is building yourself back up no matter what. So whether it's related to fame, becoming famous twice, which was what led to all of this digression, It doesn't have to be that again. I'm trying to pull many messages, right? Let's get some tarot to get more clarity. First card out, the Eight of, I'm gonna let you see the shuffle. Eight of Wands in reverse. I hope more cards will want to come out. If not, we'll pull. Okay, so 3. 4 of Swords in reverse, 2 of Pentacles, Page of Wands. I'm creating mini groups. It organically occurred that way for Aries initially, right? It was the first sign I was doing, and I like that. So I'm reading it like that. I'm letting this one wants to come out. Judgment. No way. I have the Return here. This one. Strength. This is crazy. This is really, really strange. I have to I'm sorry, I pulled those 2 cards for Taurus. Not together, but I mean, I'm not pulling that many cards. This is just really strange because there were like similarities and same cards, or almost the same cards between Aries and Taurus, and now with you, Gemini. It's a little weird. It's almost like it's like one story feeding off the other and creating more, like building the plot here. It's amazing. I'm gonna stop here for now. I'm sorry. I'm very I get very giddy when I read because I love reading. If it doesn't show. And it's important for me, I'm gonna say this, and don't mind me, but it's important for me to enjoy what I do. Okay, Eight of Wands in reverse. It's really interesting because it falls right under the way I've placed it. I think you saw, right? Like the way I have the cards, like the other cards, I have these other groups from the previous decks. And like here, the Eight of Wands falls under the answers are coming, right? So here, the Eight of Wands, usually there's no communication. You have no answers. So it's really interesting. And I think that the answers, yeah, they weren't coming because there was a block, whether it was purposeful or not, like done on purpose, or like I mentioned the missing piece before, or missing information. So like a puzzle, right? Really missing like something to complete the picture. I think it's important. It could be information, it could be a situation, a person, it doesn't matter, but it comes in. I don't want to limit this to just a piece of information. I think it could manifest itself in various ways for you, for all of you, right? Each and every one of you. Falling under the card of Full Moon and Gemini, it does feel more like informational because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury's, communication, words, speaking, writing. So news, good news, bad news, whatever. Learning something, something new specifically. So, I did mention, like, because this card, the elephant, I couldn't, it's kind of weird, right? I don't even know why I put that word in that deck anyway, but it is there. And so the elephant in the room, again, it's things not being said with this Eight of Wands in reverse, a conversation not being had. I'm hearing I have the word misconception, but misinterpretation. Anyway, let's move on. Let me just show you again quickly. Four of Swords in reverse, Two of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. More communication with the Page of Wands. A very direct one at that. So whatever is coming to you is coming, it's very clear, it's very pure, it's very transparent. It's almost simple, very simple. It's bare, you know, bare not as in barren, but as in, or barren, I'm not sure how to pronounce, sorry. But it's bare in the sense that it's naked, so it's true. It's interesting. I'm trying to, like, of course now my mind is like, well, I have to relate this to how you become famous. You see, with no communication prior, like without this information or whatever that puzzle piece is for you that is necessary for you to get to the next level, right? The next interval, right? The next level. You know, it left you in a state of, I think before you were, I don't want to use paralyzed, but you couldn't get anywhere. It had you juggling, hesitate. I mean, the Four of Swords is in reverse, so that's ending because the answers are coming again. It's like a play on, you know, there's something about it's imminent. I have no idea really how imminent it is. I'm not able to tell you 2 weeks, 6 months, whatever, but maybe it's literally at a full moon in Gemini. It's possible, but it might not be. It could be any full moon at that, and it could be any given day. So I'm not the master of time. But it's interesting, look, the Two of Pentacles, it reminds me that the interval, right, the back and forth, the seesaw, the yes, no, I love you, I hate you, all of that. Yin, yang, all the opposites, right, basically. It's so interesting. So the conversation happens, or the missing information, the right person comes, the situation finally unfolds, whatever it is, that if something clicks, right, that's what matters. And it feels like it's something maybe you could be familiar with, quote unquote, because you might have grazed on, touched upon prior. But it is sort of key to, it's like unlocking something for you. I'm hearing creating space for fame to come in, because I said unlocking, and I saw a door, and so the door was opening, and I saw like all this space beyond the door. So that's why I'm saying this. I get visuals, right? So let's read Judgment with the Strength card. So I mean, you know, I did tell you Retour is, I associate, of course, with the Judgment. And here we have the card itself showing up in person, in the flesh. Because for me, like, the Strength card is, it talks about your physical body, right? It's, for me at least, physical strength, right? So I equate it to Mr. Muscle. It feels, you know, Leo for me is, Leos in general. I know I'm doing Gemini, but I need to express this for you to understand my trail of thought here. They're one of the most important things in a Leo's life is their self-expression, the expression of their unicity, of their uniqueness, not uniqueness, I'm sorry, it's French and English sometimes, so of their uniqueness through their talents. That is vital for them. So vital, like really, really fundamental. It's almost like the how can I say this? Yeah, it's, I'm gonna just say it's vital. It's so whatever this return is, okay, is vital to you. It's the answers you need. It's the clarity you need. It's this big thing in the room that you were avoiding, pretending not to see, but that basically is right up in your face. Because it's important to, instrumental to your fame. I also think that the Strength card here points to your strength of character, in expressing those unique gifts that you have. So if you shy away, and Leos are, I know I'm reading for you, Gemini, I just want you to know that this Leo card, this Strength card, is definitely pointing to how essential it is for you to have the courage, have the strength of character, to really, really put your talents out there, showcase yourself. Show how different you are. Not that you are different, you stand out in a negative sense, like like sticking out like a sore thumb. On the contrary, you know, people that are famous, there's something that they have, the X factor, right? They have this je ne sais quoi, but you need to express it. And so you, being Gemini, you know, the mercurial aspect of your sign needs to say it, sing it, play, like as in drama, like play it out, like literally, you know, act it out. you know, these people are naked on the judgment card, and I said that, you know, the purity card for me is about being naked and showing yourself like fully and not hiding anything. So it takes a lot of it's difficult to like undress yourself and like show yourself to the world, you know, fully, you know what I mean? But it's almost what's required of you. Not that you have to strip down. That's not what I'm saying. Not your clothes, right? I'm tempted to draw another card, but I won't. I'm gonna just pause a second. I just want to see if there's another message that wants to come through, and then if not, then I'll end the reading. This is weird. It's like the elephant. It's a weird one, but I'm still gonna say it. You see how the flag here has the cross, right? The flag for Switzerland is a red cross on a white flag. So, or the opposite, I forget whether it's a white cross on a red flag. I think it's red on white, the red cross on white. I hope so. Anyway, I'm seeing the Switzerland flag. Or many of all the Nordic, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, all have flags that are, you know, blue. Either I think Finland is baby blue with a yellow cross, but they're all like flags with crosses similar to Switzerland, different colors. So those countries could be important, but the Switzerland flag for me is neutrality, right? It's the, you know, how Switzerland is the country where they didn't involve themselves in the war, so they stayed neutral because they're very peaceful. They're also very independent. They didn't want to have nothing to do with the drama, literally. The other thing is, in Switzerland is where there's so much money in Switzerland. You know, we always see in all the spy movies, right, that, you know, all the people that have like money, like whether they're like the spies or the bad guys or whatever, or even the very rich people, have these amazing, they go into these big banks and it's like protected and it's like secret accounts, and you know, like Switzerland is known for that. So in terms of fame, I can tell you this analogy for me is promising material wealth. We also have, you know, the strength card is the 8th house, which is the house of money. The money inherited, the money that you actually that you get loaned, or that you gain through maybe even like the casino, whatever, things like that. But it's also it's other people's money, right? So it could be your spouse. So you could be married to someone very rich, or marrying someone very rich. It's a possibility. It's interesting. Maybe you're marrying someone famous and rich, and that's how you become famous. I'm just, you know. But money is present. That's what really matters about what I'm saying here. And maybe maybe you're attracted to those countries, the Nordic ones, right? Sweden is particularly beautiful. Stockholm, amazing city, amazing music in Stockholm. You know how we say London is, the UK is like the cradle of music, right? Beatles, U2, whatever, and so many more, and I can't even list them again. I'm not even that versed in knowing all of them that come from the UK, really, but in Stockholm, it's the same thing. There's a lot of musical talents there. It's really impressive. And I don't know any names. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you names. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. So if you like the video, please share, do like, but and subscribe, of course. But what really matters to me is when you come back for more. So on that note, thank you, good night, I'll see you soon.